Hello everybody, it's me, your good friend Sparky, and welcome back to the Gamecube version of Pikmin in Challenge Mode. We are going to be moving on to the third map of Pikmin, and the third map of Challenge Mode by default, the Forest Navel, which, not really my favorite map in the main story mode of the game, but actually, this might be one of the better Challenge Mode maps in all actuality. And for one very good reason, and that reason is that this is another map that doesn't have any enemies on it. It's just all about looking for pellets and things like that. I mean, it's got technically a couple enemies on it, but in all actuality, there's really not a lot here that you need to worry about, and it's really just gonna be all about finding pellets and growing Pikmin. Mostly unhindered. Which, I'd say, honestly, it's a pretty good thing, as far as the Forest Navel is concerned. Because normally, this map is just not great. It's hard to navigate, it's not very fun, and it's just, it could be a little obnoxious. The Forest Navel was never really a favorite of mine. I guess, well, neither is the Distant Spring, technically. Distant Spring is definitely the worst map. But, I don't know, the Forest Navel was always just kind of intimidating and, upsetting to try and work with. But, in all actuality, the Forest Navel in Challenge Mode is actually very fun. Because you do just get to wander around this area, basically completely unhindered. There's, like I said, no real enemies. There's no, like, real hazards. A lot of the fire jets and things are just gone. And it's just a happy time for all. Just a good time, allowing you to just wander around this place and explore. Which, for me, is a lot of fun. Because I find that I am very fond of, like, cave-like environments. Just, like, subterranean exploration, things like that. And the Forest Navel, it does have that for me. I just don't like how stressful it is to try and do things in normally. So yeah, I love games that just let you do underground exploration, like, en masse. Stuff like Terraria, stuff like SteamWorld Dig. Very good couple of indie games, those. And with no enemies or anything, or, like, major hazards to worry about in the Forest Navel, I just get to explore a relatively cave-like environment. I mean, I don't think it's technically a cave, but it's definitely cave-ish. I think it's really just kind of meant to be, like, sort of this shrouded area of the forest that not a lot of light gets to. Because clearly you can still tell when it's, like, daytime here, and when the sun is going down, things like that. You wouldn't really be able to tell that in, like, a cave environment. But, yeah, man, Forest Navel in Challenge Mode. It's good stuff. It's good things all around. So it really just becomes about trying to find where all the big pellets are and stuff like that, trying to find the best way to navigate around the area, and locating where all them goodies are. There are also, or at least there is also at least one Pearly Clamp here that we need to go get. I actually forget if there's a second one at the moment, and I feel really dumb. I feel like there has to be a second Pearly Clamp, because usually they come in twos on the challenge mode maps. So trying to locate those is, of course, a priority. But it's just a matter of, like, actually remembering to do it. Which I don't remember if I do or not on this particular challenge mode map. I think I remember to do it in the Wii version, but I don't remember if I remember to do it here. Ha, remembering things. So fun. And we do have to at least knock down a couple of obstacles and stuff here. We've got to build these bridges that we would normally have to do in story mode. But there's none of the, like, bomb rock gates we have to worry about. There's none of the fiery blowhogs that are littering the beach down here that we have to take out. It's just good times, sorta hanging out and picking things up and carrying them back, because that's what Pikmin do. They pick up and you carry them back. And there's also no BD Longlegs to stomp on us if we go into his arena over there. We do still have to knock down the gate to the arena, which is no longer a bomb rock gate. But, yeah, in there is just gonna be a couple of big pellets for us to have fun with. And yeah, as you can see, the fire jets are just gone. Nothing is here to really set us ablaze. Unlike the impact site, which added, impact site and Forest Navel, actually, which added in fire jets to set us on fire and make life miserable. But hey, you know, small favors. They take fire jets out of one area and they put them back in another. And you know, it's just relaxing. It just ends up being kind of a relaxing time here. Which is still really weird to say, because the Forest Navel is definitely anything but relaxing and on the, like, regular version of this map. It is definitely, like, the anti-relaxing part of the game. Again, in comparison to the Distant Spring, I'd say. The Distant Spring is definitely probably the less fun of the two, because the Distant Spring is just full of really obnoxious enemies, and, I mean, the Forest Navel has them too, but not, like, nearly as bad, I'd say. It's just sort of thing you gotta try and take in stride. And, yeah, I mean, nothing here is really going to be trying to kill us, so it's just gotta try and have a good time, you know? Try and get all these pellets back, and grow as many Pikmins as we possibly can. And just, you know, having a chill experience in this cool subterranean location. I gotta imagine it's fairly cool in the Forest Navel too. Once all the fire jets are gone, this is probably a nice, cool, nice, sort of shaded area that you can just sort of hang out in and relax. And there's some pools here too to chill out by, and you just gotta just keep it cool and keep having a good time. Yeah, we're having a good time. I'm having a good time just doing all this Pikmin stuff, honestly. Because there are very few games that I think, or like very few game series, I think, that consistently bring me joy as much as the Pikmin franchise, honestly. Pikmin 1 is great, Pikmin 2 is also great for, like, completely opposite reasons. Pikmin 3 is also fantastic. It's like a good middle road between Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2. And Hey Pikmin's there. Hey Pikmin's interesting. I haven't finished Hey Pikmin, cause I'm like down to getting the last treasure, and it's like a really annoying treasure to get, and I just am not able to do it without a lot of practice. It's definitely one of those things. But otherwise, Hey Pikmin is fine. Like, people like to kind of rag on it a little, but it was just trying to do something different, and, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. A game series is supposed to, like, experiment and do different things in order to keep things fresh, try to find new things to work with. And sometimes you have a spin-off that works, and sometimes you have a spin-off that doesn't. That don't. But hey, you know. You live and learn. Why are they going into the water? Why are you going into the water, Red Pikmin? I forgot they did that. They just decided that that's what they were going to do. When I separated out the groups, they decided, oh, we're gonna wander directly into the water. This is a good thing. This is a good idea. Watch us go for a swim, Olimar! Yeah. Pikmin do just... Sometimes they're just so dumb. Sometimes they really are just so dumb, and it's just... It's hard to deal with. And, you know, it's like... You smack your head in disbelief and wonder what the heck would it possibly possess you to go about that. And just trying to sort through the Pikmin in, like, a narrow area here and keep the red Pikmin from going back into my squad of blues while I'm trying to get this blue pellet here. It's just, give me some space, stop responding to my whistle, come on, man. And then you accidentally keep whistle those guys back, and it's just, yeah. Sometimes it's a little frustrating. I have to admit, Pikmin 1 does have its weirdness with all this sort of stuff. And it can be difficult to sort of deal with, honestly. But at the same time, it was, you know, a very experimental sort of game. Nintendo really didn't have anything else like this in their catalog at the time. And obviously it was a hit because we've gotten some fantastic games to go with it after the fact. There is enough interest in Pikmin to keep the Pikmin series going to this very day. And these guys are having a really hard time getting up this incline for some reason, it looks like. A little weird, but okay. Yeah, they're moving a little slow, because this is an emphasis on why flower Pikmin are so important. Because it's definitely taking a while for these guys to get back to the onions with their spoils from these longer distances away, because, yeah, they're leaf Pikmin, and they're very, very slow in comparison. I just kind of ended up forgetting to grow some flower Pikmin, honestly. Oh, I guess I did remember to go after the Pearly Clamp here. I don't remember if I remembered that this is where it was, but it is up on this ledge here, up where the Libra was once upon a time. And it's fairly easy to get to by just kind of throwing yellows up into the mouth. But you do have to be careful because, yeah, they can end up wandering directly down into the water and start drowning. And Pikmin 1 on Gamecube ain't shy about letting your Pikmin drown. If you don't try and whistle them back as soon as possible, they're basically done for. And if they somehow end up, like, in the middle of a pool of water, you can basically kind of forget it. And sometimes, you know, they just don't go where you throw them. And they just kind of end up wandering around the outside of the clam instead of attacking it, you know. This is another instance where performing this action is much easier in the Wii version of the game. And, like, a lot of Pikmin there just died. Like, several of them got eaten, and a few more drowned. And it's just a bad time. But them's the breaks sometimes. Them's is the breaks. It's definitely not a science Pikmin one. Definitely not. But, you know, it's all experimental. It's all just trying to figure things out. For some reason, this map does seem to be, like, a lot shorter than the Forest of Hope was. Because, like, you look at how long these things are taking, and you sort of realize... I sort of realized after the fact that, man, the times are super inconsistent on these maps. Because, like, this one ends up taking about 18 minutes-ish altogether. The Forest of Hope, that was a little closer to 20 minutes. In the Impact site, it was 12. So it does make me wonder, is it just the challenge mode where the day lengths are different? Or do the day lengths differ in story mode, too? I'm actually not sure, and that would be kind of an interesting thing to maybe experiment with. Because in story mode, it's kind of not consistent because you have to deal with, all the ship parts and all of the, like, tutorial messages and things that pop up. And you're constantly kind of getting interrupted by little messages, and that kind of skews the flow of the day. So it's hard to tell, honestly. It really is. But, anyway, things wind up going down to the kind of the last second here. We do get this pearl in right as the thing hits 0. And that does give us 50 Pikmin to add to our total right at the end of the day. And off they go. The onions take off once more, and all those Pikmin grow regardless, right at the end there, even though we'll never be able to pick them. And our totals total up, going up over the 200 mark, thanks to that last-minute acquisition of the Clam Clamp Pearl, giving us a high score of 214, beating the previous Forest Navel records. Not bad at all. Could be better, but, you know, that's kind of par for the course with the Gamecube version at this point. Anyway, this is going to wrap things up for right now. Thank you very much for watching. This is your good friend Sparky signing off, and I will catch you next time.